I'm a wood chopper.
Chopper!
I'm a wood chopper.
Alright, how did that go?
I didn't really chop anything.
Meow! Huples cat, happy 2022. I had no internet for the last week or so, so I'm going to try and do an upload and do a quick update. So that's the view from the mountain top. And what I've been doing is creating a little area of paradise. It's a little cold this morning, minus 19 centigrade. So this will be the view out of Kitty's sister's side of the house, being that, and that of course being ours. And this is kind of a rock mountain. It's not very big. What I've been doing is I've been using a saw and mussels and removing whole debris fields and stacking them there. And what remains of the birch is actually kind of hard and slow to cut with a saw, so I'm thinking of getting maybe a two-person saw and getting Kitty to help me. Don't really want to use gasoline unless I have to, but the idea is eventually this will, and I think it might take a couple of years, have an open area where you walk in and we have some seeding and some trees left that aren't just a mess, and then actually have a trail on the south part of the property heading in that direction. So it's incredibly beautiful. It's January the 3rd, it's about minus 19 centigrade, and luckily there isn't too much wind. If there's wind I'd have to actually put on a jumper underneath my coat. And I'm enjoying it. So we're just sorting out a few things around the house. We lost internet for over a week and it's sort of up and running, so I'll try a tiny video like this and see if I can upload. Still have the series to upload, but anyway, it will get done eventually. Thank you for your patience. Hope everybody had a happy holidays, a happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you want to call it, and looking forward to 2022. Remember, we're all dead on a long enough timeline, so you should act like you're alive rather than that you're about to die. That's my theory. I'll show it at some point. We have a huge number of DVDs that we collected over the years and never threw out before streaming became a thing, and that's been a lifesaver right now with no internet, and the internet, when it is up, it can't download very well at all. Let alone upload. So it's actually kind of cool that we can watch all stuff. So we've watched The Sopranos, which we had not seen season 4 and most of season 5, but didn't know that. So that was kind of a treat, and it was a lot better than I remembered it. Really enjoyed that. And we've just finished season 2 of a show called 6 Feet Under. And if people who like Dexter, you'll get to see Dexter as a gay guy. And if you watch that show again, for the first 2 seasons, there's lots of detail in it that we'd missed first go, like decades ago, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, that's what we're up to in the evening, and drinking a little bit of wine, chopping wood. I'm actually now a dab hand with my axe at getting kindling ready, and I think it's really important. One of my lessons that I've got so far is make sure your tools are good tools. It's okay having a survival axe or something that you have got cheap, but you need a decent axe, and I have a long axe. It's fiberglass and it works very well and very safely for me chopping wood, which I have to do pretty much every day. Axe like this, fiberglass. This is actually a Grant Grizzly, fairly long, fairly decent head, stop them from rusting. The fire almost goes out overnight, so we use kindling to get it re-going again, and getting kindling is always good. Like I say, use something that is going to last a long time and is easy to use. Let's use it. Always have on gloves, always have on glasses, preferably safety glasses. These are plastic lenses. And now, Kitty, for the first time ever, I think this is the first time ever she's actually even used an axe. She's going to give it a go. Just relax.
You haven't given me any instructions.
So you want to stand with the grain facing you and swing it. Like go up, up. No, it's too light. Generally speaking, if you've got a ton of wood, you can just throw this in the pile for burning. But what you would do is you get this on here and you put the axe head in here by hand. Right? Have you got it there? Then you get a piece of wood. How's that?
I'm a wood chopper.
Chopper!
I'm a wood chopper.
Alright, how did that go?
I didn't really chop anything.
So Kitty's determined to do this. Alright, you just missed, that's okay. You get more confident, get more used to it. Perfect! And then I generally just pick up the bigger bit and keep going and then collect them all at the end. How did that feel?
Satisfying.
Yeah, you got more of a swing now. Perfect. It takes a bit to get used to, and you miss sometimes, right? Sometimes it goes through easier than you think, and it gets stuck in the wood block as well. Perfect. Okay, so remember, get the batten, piece of wood. This is the only time you batten anything, really. Hang on, hang on. Lever principle, hold it at the bottom. That's it, just swing away. Perfect. So the house itself continues to be a bit of a lemon. It's very warm inside with the wood stove which we put in, but we lost the solar panel 2 days ago and we're not quite sure why. I was talking to the solar guy trying to figure out why that there. Now at the end of this week we're supposed to get a new stove to replace the polar furnace because we're having it removed and we're having a much basic, simpler non-gasification stove put in because it's too fiddly and it's too difficult to maintain ongoing in a grid down situation, and we couldn't even get it to work for more than 5 hours without a runaway fire on it. The propane generator part has come in, but it doesn't look like it's the part that fits this machine. So again, those guys are working on that, but it hasn't been resolved, so we have no backup generator other than a tiny gasoline one, which means we're still very much power restricted. Once we get the power situation sorted out, the HVAC should be able to go in and up and running, and then we'll have proper air conditioning, proper air circulation, and proper underfloor heating, and that should help a lot. It should cut down a lot on a lot of the things we're having to do right now and give us more time. We are still doing manual washing and drying by air. Kitty is occasionally using the washing machine on a day like this where it's sunny all day. That's what we're doing. When it's not sunny for periods of time, then we use the manual methods. We are boiling water on the stove and we're having minimal sit-down baths in the bathtub, which is nice because the tiling got done. Now later on this afternoon or this week, the guys are going to come back and they're going to put in built-in closets for us on our side and the one communal coat cupboard. So that should be good. Once those closets are in, a lot of the boxing should get removed and sorted out, and that'll make living there a lot better for us. Then the next major project will of course be to put in bookshelves, a large number of bookshelves for all the boxes of books. That's about it. I'm just really still enjoying myself. I'm still, as Uncle Al would say, in the honeymoon phase, but this is very good for me. It's very good for my soul to be able to do this. So this is a series of beaver ponds that head, obviously, for those people who are intelligent, heads west from here, because the sun is always in the south, and that's about all the data I'm going to give you about where I am. And we're going to go out later on this morning, me and Kitty, and we're going to head that way, and we're going to try and take Wolfie in his sled. So maybe there'll be some video from that. But so far, Wolfie seems very upset that it's cold. He's from South Carolina, and I don't think he really enjoys it. But he loves being with us. The whole COVID pandemic thing, I believe, is causing absolute anger and chaos at work. I have heard rumours that those 5 of us doing my job, which was night charge of the hospital, a major teaching hospital, Sunnybrook in Toronto, heard rumours one of my co-workers resigned. If she did, I'm not surprised, and she resigned for the same reasons I did, because our management is utterly inhumane and incompetent, and very unskilled for what they're trying to do, and very resistant to being told that, and very resistant to using quality people who work for them. But I think that's basically the same in all big organisations. They've really padded themselves out over the last 2 decades with people. Like administration, I'm talking Monday through Friday administration, has really padded itself out, and they need to be shed because they're inflexible, bulky, very meeting focused without ever coming up with a decision. The decision is based on datum only. It's only not based on experiential learning or knowledge, which is actually always better than datum. If you can get the data and the knowledge coexisting, that's how to run any organisation. But yeah, so we're having our little shtf, and it's still going on. I came in October, it's now January, don't have any running hot water, heating's only by one wood stove in a 3,000 square foot house, but because it's passive solar, we're wearing t-shirts most of the time. I can't tell you how important it is, if you can afford this, to actually get a passive house. You know, we may end up having to go back on the grid. That's a possibility that we've talked about. We're going to try not to, but if we do, we know that if the grid fails, we can stay warm in January at -21 centigrade with minimal wood stove. And that's a really important thing if you're living in Canada or anywhere that has real cold.
Oh, there you go. Oh. Little man going on the pond. Gotcha. Oh, you're an exciting little man. Things happen, don't they, little man? You don't have any control over them. They just kind of happen.
American Terrier's first experience of frozen lake.
There you go, little man.
Hey, Wolfie!
Hope it's nice and solid.
Wolfie! Good boy.
What do you think of that? Oh. Oh.
Wolfie, sled dog of the north. Where's the fireplace, he's saying?
It looks like he likes it.
Yeah?
Look at it. Oh. He is heading towards the house.
Yeah. This has been a Sleepy Terrier in front of the Fire Production 2022.